Thank the gentleman. Let me recognize the gentleman from California, Mr. Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks to all the witnesses for being here. You all did an outstanding job. As we've discussed in this hearing today and last year's hearing on this issue, my state, California, was the first in the nation to implement a statewide paid leave program. And when we did, we began that process right up until the time that we did it. Opponents told us that it would be apocalyptic. Critics said we couldn't afford it. It would be too hard to implement. It would hurt our economy. It would cripple small business. But now, 15 years later, those warnings have not proven accurate at all. Over 90% of employers say that the paid leave program has either a positive effect or no effect at all, and the numbers were even higher for small business owners. California is the world's 5th largest economy, larger than the economies of the UK, India, and France. California is in an 8-year consecutive run on economic growth, and the state economy is expected to outpace the national average through 2020. Over the past 10 years, California's labor productivity has increased more and increased faster than almost every other state in the nation. The implementation of statewide paid leave did not cripple small businesses. 3.9 million small businesses today employ 7 million people, both of which have trended steadily upwards since 2010. Nor did paid leave kill jobs. The California unemployment rate has gone down nearly every month since November of 2010. So I want to thank all of you witnesses and Ms. Turman or Ms. Sabo. I don't know who would feel more comfortable in answering this question, but has the sky fallen in California after we've done our family leave? To your knowledge, has the California economy collapsed under the weight of its paid leave program?
Well, thank you for the question, Congressman, and thank you for your leadership. The sky has not fallen in California. As you point out, we have the 5th largest economy in the world, and there were initial dire predictions by the business community that paid family leave would harm businesses, and the opposite has been proven to be true. The studies have proven overwhelming support among businesses that this policy has been beneficial to their businesses and to their bottom line. And we see also that 70% of small businesses support a policy that's just like California's, modeled off the Family Act, which has small contributions from employers and employees that would essentially allow for predictable and affordable, small, modest contributions so that they can avoid having to pay larger sums when a crisis strikes.
Say we want to add anything to that?
The only thing I'll add to it is to bring in a story from a woman named Sarah Piepenberg, who runs a vinegar store in Minneapolis, and she was here talking to members of Congress about a year ago when the bill was reintroduced in this Congress. She's written about it since. She talked about how, as a small business owner, she had 2 employees, each of whom had very serious health issues, and she personally felt like she needed to provide them income replacement while they were out. That meant that she couldn't pay her own personal rent, she couldn't pay her business's mortgage. She looked into getting insurance on the private market and realized it was incredibly expensive. And the reason that she supports the Family Act is that small, predictable contributions into a fund means that her employees would be taken care of in those situations, and she would be able, if she needed to hire a replacement worker during that time. So she would both deal with her own labor force needs during the time when her employees were out, and they would have the income replacement that they need. And to underscore Ms. Turman's point, 7 in 10 small business owners across the country, businesses with 100 or fewer employees, support the Family Act's shared cost model for exactly that reason.
Thank you. And Ms. Turman, you've devoted your career to helping low-income individuals. How has access to paid leave changed things for your clients?
Paid leave has been vital for workers' own health, for their families' health and well-being, for their economic security, for their labor force participation. It really means, it makes the difference between being able to pay the bills and keep food on the table so that people don't have to make these impossible choices between their families and their economic security.
Thank you very much. And then, Ms. Hamilton, you said that you have employed your policies for more than economic reasons. It's the right thing to do. But what are the economics of your program? What went into consideration?
Well, I think that right now the challenge, as other panelists have said, is that it's unpredictable. So in any given year, we don't know what the economic impact is going to be. We've made a commitment to cover paid leave, but it depends on the employee, how long they need to go out, whether we need to cover the costs. And so for us, having a predictable small amount that we're paying each year would make much more financial sense.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. You yield back.